All right, let's dive in. Today, we're talking about a massive problem that so many businesses are facing. They are absolutely drowning in data, but they're starving for actual insights. We're going to explore how Google BigQuery is built to solve this exact problem, breaking down its unique architecture and, why it's become such a go-to tool for turning all that raw data into real business value.
You've probably seen this happen, right? Companies are collecting just mountains of data from everywhere, apps, websites, you name it. But as you can see here, just having the data, that's not the same as understanding it. The real trick, the real challenge, is getting the right answers and getting them fast.
So that really tees up the big question for today. When the insights you desperately need are buried under, petabytes of information, how do you actually close that gap between just having the data and making smart, quick decisions based on it? And that's where something like Google BigQuery comes into the picture. Its real magic really starts with its design, which is built from the ground up for two things: making your life simple and getting you answers incredibly fast.
Now, the keyword you're going to hear a lot is serverless. But what does that actually mean? Well, it means you can stop worrying about all the back-end stuff. No more setting up hardware, configuring servers, or trying to tune performance. Google's infrastructure just handles it. It spins up the computing power you need for every single query you run, so your team gets to focus on the fun part, asking questions of the data.
Okay, but here's where the rubber meets the road. BigQuery's on-demand pricing means you pay for how much data your query has to scan. So the name of the game is to get your answers while scanning as little data as humanly possible. The big question then is, how do we make our queries both lightning fast and cheap? Okay, so the first tool in our toolbox is called partitioning. Just picture a giant filing cabinet that holds all of your company's orders. If you partition by date, it's like putting all of January's orders in one drawer, February's in the next, and so on. So when you need to find something from January, you just open that one drawer. You get to completely ignore the rest of the cabinet. It's a really simple but powerful way to cut down the search. Now, if partitioning gives you the drawers, then clustering is like alphabetizing all the files inside each drawer. So once you've opened that January drawer, clustering by, say, customer ID physically sorts all the data. This lets you go straight to a specific customer's file almost instantly without having to rummage through everything else in there. So the bottom line is this: you use them together. Partitioning cuts down the amount of data you scan, which dramatically cuts down your cost. And then clustering makes the query super fast within that smaller data set. It's an incredible one-two punch for performance and efficiency. Of course, you really can't talk about BigQuery without mentioning its biggest rival, Snowflake. And their whole approach is fundamentally different. BigQuery, as we said, is truly serverless. It's all automatic. Snowflake, on the other hand, uses something it calls virtual warehouses. Think of these as compute clusters that you set up and manage. It gives you a lot more fine-grained control over everything. So which one you choose really just depends on what you need. If you want that simple, it just works experience, especially for real-time data, or hey, if you're already deep in the Google Cloud world, BigQuery is a no-brainer. But if you need to separate workloads for different teams, or if you want the flexibility to run on AWS or Azure, then Snowflake's model gives you that hands-on control. Okay, so we've covered the basic architecture and how to keep costs down. Now let's get into the really cool stuff. BigQuery's built-in machine learning and its ability to work with data as it's happening in real time. This part is a real game changer, especially for data analysts. For so long, machine learning was this complicated thing only data scientists could do, writing complex code in Python or R. BigQuery ML completely flips that idea on its head. It asks this really simple but powerful question: what if you could build ML models using the one language you already know inside and out? SQL. And it's not some intimidating, scary process. It's a super straightforward 5-step workflow. You prep your data, you pick a model type like regression or classification, and then you train it, check how it did, and start making predictions. And you're doing all of this with simple SQL commands. It basically puts the power of machine learning in the hands of way more people. An analyst could build a model to predict customer churn on a Monday afternoon without ever having to leave the warehouse.
But it's not just about making predictions on old data. BigQuery is built for what's happening right now. This is absolutely critical for things like running the business day to day. We're talking about powering live dashboards that can catch fraud as it's happening, or let you see how a marketing campaign is doing minute by minute.
But real time can mean a couple of different things. There are too many ways to think about it. You've got continuous streaming, which gives you insights in seconds. perfect for things like fraud detection, where every second counts. But for something like an executive dashboard, a delay of a few minutes is usually totally fine. And in that case, micro-batching is a much simpler and cheaper way to go.
Of course, with all this incredible power comes great responsibility. I mean, when you're dealing with sensitive company data at this kind of scale, you absolutely have to talk about governance, control, and security. It's non-negotiable.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. This quote from the director of product management over at Zulily really says it all. When you're handling sensitive customer data, you have to be 100% confident in the platform you're using.
So how do you get that confidence? Well, it's not magic. It comes down to having a really solid governance plan built on these core ideas. It means knowing what data you have, classifying it, controlling who can see it, and having strong auditing and encryption. For instance, using Google Cloud's IAM, you can make sure only the finance team can see sensitive sales numbers, and every single query gets logged. These aren't just suggestions, they're essential for any serious data operation.
Okay, so we've gone through the tech, the cool features, and the security. But let's zoom all the way out. What does this all actually mean for the business? How does all this technical power translate into a real competitive advantage? At the end of the day, it really boils down to 3 huge wins. First, your teams can make better, faster decisions because they have the data they need right when they need it. Second, you're managing risk better and building trust with your customers. And finally, you have the tools to actually keep up with all those complex regulations like GDPR and CCPA. So, we'll leave you with this final thought, which really gets right to the heart of it. The answers your business needs to grow and succeed, they are almost definitely hiding somewhere in your data. The real question is, are your tools fast enough and smart enough to actually find them?